We got special guest DJ all the way from England. You gotta give it up, Mr. Mark Rae.
My name is Mark Rae. I'm here representing for Yes King, which is my sound system and album that's coming out, and also here to celebrate the launch of the Bob Marley Remixed project, Roots Rock Remixed. My background as a musician started in Newcastle when I was a teenager. I started DJing hip-hop and soul when I was 17, 18, and then I moved to Manchester to study at around the time that the Manchester music explosion happened. And then I moved to London and did the Yes King album, which is coming out in October, like I was saying, and sort of added a lot more Jamaican influence, which I'd always been into, but was hard to find in Manchester. And now I find myself in Venice, California, where I'm basically doing a solo album as well as promoting the Yes King for when it comes out. To have the opportunity to be connected to Bob Marley's work is really fabulous, particularly for somebody like myself who has been a reggae fan. I actually got into Bob Marley through my dad playing it loud in the 70s and 80s while I was trying to get to sleep as a child. So, it's very much part of my family's culture, and, he's a worldwide, or he was a worldwide superstar. Basically, the biggest challenge you could ever face as a remixer is if you're working with classic material, because if something stands as as the best it can be already, then you have to try and flip it enough so that you don't, do a disservice to the original. The original music was so strong, and there's a lovely melodica in there as well. So we just beefed it up really and made it swing properly so that it's got a reggae feel to it. It's actually one of the greatest experiences I've had was going to Jamaica in 2004, and I went there with a British label called Wall of Sound, who were doing a thing called Two Culture Clash, which was a mixture of European and American producers meeting with dancehall and reggae artists, and I got to work with Determined and got to meet people like Vibes Cartel and Tanya Stevens and Junior Reid, but also, more importantly, to actually take in the island itself, which, for anybody who hasn't been, is truly a very spiritual place, and it's a very beautiful place, but also the music has a melancholy about it, because obviously the history of the black experience in Jamaica is something that shouldn't be hidden from, and certainly something that Bob, in his lyrics and in his music, and why I admire him so much, is because he basically faced up to everything that faced Jamaican people in his lyrics. Well, in Jamaica, I think, like hip-hop culture in America, it's very much about the now, so basically people wouldn't know so much about the past, but obviously all of them know absolutely everything about Bob Marley, because he's been an ambassador, in his time. He was a total ambassador for reggae, and he's like a Lennon and McCartney of that experience. Like, his songs are truly beautiful, so I think obviously people hold him very dear to their hearts for what he represents.
The weather is sweet now, make you wanna move your dancing feet.
I think all of his songs and his vocals are so passionate and beautiful that I'd pretty much work on anything he'd done, really. We've got a good response on our remix, and basically that's a great thing, because you don't want to be in a situation where you feel you've made a mess of it, Thank you for having me. This is Mark Rae for Yes King and representing the Bob Marley Remixed album.